Hi, everybody. Coming up on 4:30, it has been a day that most of us have, at least on this Wednesday, started to see some thawing. It's been dramatically warmer down in Salem. It's been incredibly stubborn over on the east side. This is Camas Meadows Golf Course, their live camera. And that is mostly a mix of freezing rain on the ground that you can see that glaze that hasn't successfully melted. All right. And this is what we talked about. I'm going to show you the temperatures in a moment. But the fact that all bets were off when you got around 205 and then into East Clark County and East Multnomah County, where the Gorge winds would hold on. And this would be the area that may or may not get above freezing, possibly wouldn't see much improvement today. And that's what's happened. So take a look at this. This is the current map. These would be the 4 o'clock temperatures. And follow my mouse because it's set up this way all day. It's really an impressive line. So Salem 43, as was 40 degrees right from the 6 o'clock hour this morning. It took a little bit longer overnight to warm than I thought it would be, but basically at 6 o'clock this morning, we had what we talked about. We had 40s down in Salem and we had freezing temperatures with freezing rain. Of course, it was 26 degrees, I think, at 4 a.m. into Portland. So here we are, 4 p.m., 12 hours, or not 12 hours later, but into the afternoon. The warming 40s in McMinnville, 40 in Wilsonville, Canby, Oregon City, Sandy. Little nudge of warming up into Beaverton. Hillsboro's at 34. But basically, if you look at my mouse, here's the warming line. Now, why? And this is, remember, this is south winds coming up the valley. Salem right now, winds were stronger. Right now, they've kind of weakened. They're southeast south at 3. But this warming basically stopped. Why did it stop? I know you know the answer to this. Because east winds blowing out of the Columbia River Gorge with outflow from cold air blowing off of the gorge where temperatures are much colder kept Portland much cooler, including downtown Portland, areas along the Columbia River, and then for the most part up into southwest Washington, only just above freezing by a degree in Woodland and Battleground. Camas is still freezing. There's that lack of improvement. Gresham 31, there's that lack of improvement. While you bounce up 1,000 feet and Sandy's at 41. So this is classic Northwest gorge weather with the cold air blowing and just refusing to give in to the surge of warmer air that a lot of us get. Okay, now here's the good news. I don't see temperatures really falling off much tonight. Now, is it possible that Gresham and Camas are 31, 32 all night? Yes, but it's also possible that even in the middle of the night, you folks will show some warming. At any rate, I don't think any of these temperatures change a lot. The warmer areas might fall off a little bit, but the colder areas potentially either stay where they're at or bounce up a little bit. All right. So we can live with that, right? I did want to go back and, oh, yeah, I think I forgot to show you that Troutdale at 4 o'clock, if you didn't notice, the east winds have finally faded, which is why I say there's hope that maybe you folks east of 205 will get some warming overnight. We'll see. That's always a big guessing game. Okay, what I want to focus on is the fact that we've got some more rain coming in Thursday. And then there's the chance, believe it or not, that we would get a little bit more winter weather Thursday overnight and Friday morning. And that's what I want to focus on now. So here's the imagery. This is all lightning, by the way, out in the Pacific. So unstable air with the surge of moisture coming up. But there's the low spinning back here. This one has the upper level 18,000 feet, 500 millibar contours on it right here. But this, so basically, all right, see the ridging right in here? See the ridging? This is what comes in overnight tonight into tomorrow. So it makes sense that while there probably will be some light showers around overnight tonight, I think we don't see a lot of moisture. I think there's a bit of a moisture break. But then during the day tomorrow, rains pick up as all of this moisture starts to spill in on us. And this low starts to near the coast. As this low starts to near the coast, guess what it's going to do? It's going to reignite stronger east winds coming out of the Columbia River Gorge, and that could lead to some more wintry weather Thursday overnight and Friday. This is the wind map. I wish this had the wind direction, you know, with the wind barbs. It doesn't, but it does show you the speed, and I know what the direction is going to be, so I'll help you out and tell that narrative. So this is 4 o'clock this afternoon. There's still an east wind to 22 miles per hour in the Central Gorge, but in the Troutdale, winds have pretty much gone light and variable to less than 10. So again, maybe folks get some warming because here we are into 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, Thursday. Winds in the gorge are still fairly calm. Pardon me. Tried to fight that sneeze off, pardon me, and I couldn't do it. All right, winds are still fairly calm. So maybe you folks get some warming. There's at least a chance of that, all right? Clearly, if you're going to be out tonight, I wouldn't unless you have to. And if you have to, you really need to keep your eye on that temperature gauge if your car has one as to what's going on out there. Let's play this into the afternoon. Now, see those, well, this is Thursday. Let me back it up. This is Thursday at 4 p.m. See the bright colors? This is a reignition of east winds, all of a sudden gusting back to 40 in Troutdale. Here we go again, adding a chill to the air. It's blowing and being ignited by that low I just showed you that's nearing the coast. This is going to continue, these gusty winds to 40, 45 miles per hour, all the way into 4 a.m. Friday morning. So weather models are picking up on this pulling cold air from the gorge back into the valley and giving us the threat of some freezing weather once again. So let's see what the temperatures are showing. All right, here we are, 4 o'clock. In fact, here's, let me, oh boy, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm kind of bouncing around trying to find what I wanted to show you. This is what I wanted to show you. This is courtesy of KGW Futurecast. This is the North America model. This is 7 in the morning on Friday. This is showing in salmon color, freezing rain, showing a little bit of snow in the gorge, kind of a mix there. This shows maybe some snow in the valley, but the better bet is if we have winter weather in the valley, it's either going to be sleet or it's going to be freezing rain. Now, the good news is if we get down to freezing and if we have some early morning hours where it's kind of slippery out Friday morning, it's just going to be that early morning thing. And then it should fairly dissipate and will warm up. It would not be the big mess that we're now pulling out of, but it would be a little taste of some winter weather once again. Okay. Let me show you temperature. So here we are this afternoon. This isn't too bad. It's showing upper 30s, 37, 38 around Portland. That's a little bit warm, but not horrifically. It's got Salem 42, correct. It's got Kelso Longview, correct. Let's go ahead and play this into tomorrow morning. See how the temperature stayed steady, 37, 38 still? That's what I was talking about. I think it's possible that we'll see improvement in some of the cold weather areas overnight, and the rest of us will stay fairly steady. We're still chilly tomorrow. This shows around 40 in Salem. I've got Thursday's high right now, 42. I may have to lower that because look at the guidance back in the mid 30s at 4 in the afternoon tomorrow. And then what I really want to show you is Friday, 4 a.m. Shows temperatures 33, Washington County. That's out around Beaverton. 34 up Highway 30 in Scappoose. 36 Kelso Longview. 34, 35 Portland. Maybe that's 32. So you can see it's going to be close. Okay. And then in the afternoon, it makes sense that we would see some warming. This takes us back up to upper 30s to 40. There's no explosive warming here. And you know why? Because see the coloring out here? This is Friday at 4 p.m. This is still cold air in the Columbia Basin down into the gorge. Not as bitterly cold as it has been, pardon me, but certainly colder than the valley and cold enough to ignite some east winds blowing out of there. So when do we finally get much warmer? Well, here's Sunday. This is showing some warming, 48 in Salem. 50 down around Eugene, 40s in Multnomah County. The big warm push comes, I think this will show me, comes on Tuesday of next week. Yeah, look at this. 50s up and down I-5, even potentially 50 in Portland. Wouldn't that be something? Even potentially 50 up in the Puget Sound. There's a big push of warm air that's going to be building Tuesday, Wednesday of Thursday of next week. And right now, I've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, all well up into the 50s with overnight lows well up into the 40s. So let's see if that next round of really warm weather holds true. Now, I'm kind of doing things perhaps backwards, but this is the order I put things in the map. So right here's what's left of the ice storm warning. This is basically over on the east side, you folks, Washougal, Camas, Troutdale, Gresham, where it's still freezing, and extending into Hood River for freezing rain that's still going on. And then we've got the winter weather advisory for the Cascades and the winter storm warning, which extends in parts of Hood River, the upper Hood River Valley, and then into the Dalles and Wasco County. And now that storm warning, which is now in place all the way into Friday morning. This is for increasing precipitation, not so much tonight, but during the day, Thursday into Thursday night. And the forecast shows 6 to 9 inches of snow in the central gorge, upper Hood River Valley, the Dalles, Wasco County. Now, this stops short of Jefferson and Deschutes County, but there you can see there's more winter weather absolutely coming. The gorge is expected to mostly see snow during the day tomorrow, so that's chilling. Here's the, I showed you the metro temperatures. Here are the Northwest temperatures. We had warming in Bend today, 45. The Dow's not reporting, but it's cold, I can tell you. And there's 18 in Pendleton, there's 16 in Pullman. This is all cold air still feeding into the Columbia River Gorge. Now, let me click on some of these and show you forecast temperatures. This shows 36 tomorrow in Bend with a wintry mix, an overcast day, kind of a wintry mix of some snow and other potentially icy precipitations. Friday, 32 to 35. Again, potentially some icy conditions in the morning. Saturday, the shows is dry, 42. And then here's the warming in Central Oregon as well. There's Tuesday, 46, Wednesday, 47 of next week. Okay. Where else do we want to look at? Let's look down in Eugene, shall we? Here's Eugene. Eugene's been running warmer. This shows Eugene gets up to 50 tomorrow. They have been getting into some of the warmer air. 40s Friday, and then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So again, there you see all the models really starting to bite heavily on the fact that we've got some warming air. Okay, so that's good news. All right, courtesy of Hillcrest Ski Shop over in Gresham. Here's the mountain, 28 right now, 32 Meadows right now. They picked up some new snow. That it hasn't been a ton. I need to update these numbers, probably up to 6 inches or more of new snow at Timberline now. It's been around freezing. It actually got above freezing at 5,000 feet. Now government camp's back to 32, but you can see how icy the roads are. I do think there's going to be some days above freezing, including tomorrow up on the mountain. The snow level tomorrow goes to 6,000 feet, goes to 6,000 on Friday. So definitely a temperature inversion. Will be colder down here in the valley. Siskiyou Summit, if you're worried about that, nice and clear. Coast Range cameras show that we did warm up in the Coast Range today. We melted the freezing rain. They're just wet. But Santiam Pass is a mess. Willamette Pass showed great improvement today. Cabbage Hill out over the Blues showed great improvement today. Can you see that? Wow, that's pretty nice, right? Yeah, absolutely. Really nice. In fact, I do want to show you the gorge. If you're traveling out in the Columbia River Gorge, ODOT announcing they were not going to open it today. And so you'll need to check conditions to see if they're going to open it tomorrow. But there's a closed 84 in Hood River. It's 23 degrees. This is Cascade Locks, only around freezing tomorrow. Let's see what this is showing for Hood River tomorrow. Here's the Hood River forecast, only around freezing. So again, that's icy conditions perhaps lingering in the Columbia River Gorge, warming up there as well as we go into the first part of next week. And here, courtesy of Hazeldale Tire Pros up here in Vancouver, is my 7-day forecast. So fairly steady temperatures tonight. I'm probably going to have to reorchestrate these numbers a little bit more, like 34 to maybe 40 tomorrow. And then Friday, the chance of some early wintry mix with temperatures in the low 30s, maybe freezing, but we warm up to 40. And then the weekend does look more mild, 35, 46, 40, 46, rain at times. And then there's the warmer weather coming into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. All right. That is, I hope you find these videos to basically just give you a good roadmap or a good sampling what the overall weather pattern is, what we're watching as forecasters. If you haven't hit subscribe, that helps me out. Please do that. My weather site's portlandweather.com. I'm Rod Hill, and with that, I will talk to you soon.